What's up, y'all? ifeigle with FLOWTOX. What's up, y'all? Well, I guess we knew it was coming. They've been advertising it all along. But yesterday, January 6th, 2021, historic day of the far-right movement attempting a coup in our nation's capital. Fucking nuts. And, you know, fuck those guys. These supposed patriots disgracing national monuments with their dirty ideologies. Dirtiest people I know. Anyways, it was a day. I call them supposed patriots because they seem so unable to realize their own hypocritical stances of the need for law and order and Blue Lives Matter, and waving their flags, their altered American flags, around for the police yet coming through and ransacking the pinnacle symbol of what possibly America stands for. It's the capital of freedom, supposed. I mean, hey, I voted, and I voted bitterly, and I voted for what true liberalism possibly calls for. But, you know, even then, the true liberal motive isn't followed, it's corporate motives. So I'm not saying us liberals have it right. And I'm not saying the radical right or the conservatives have it right either. There are probably mixtures from both sides that synthesize well together into a form of democracy that would help us. But here we are in a deregulated corporate state in which yesterday, effectively, the symbol of our social institution of democracy was invaded by racist corporatists who are part of a sort of a doomsday cult shooting for salvation in the form of Donald J. Trump as their Christ. God, what the fuck? The fuck are you guys thinking? The fuck? Somehow salvation of business is the new Christ, is the new liberal agenda. It's not to make individuals as free as possible. It's to allow corporations to be as free as possible, with no regard for their consumers or the victims of the externalities, the harmful environmental externalities they may cause in the communities they manufacture. There's no call for them to be responsible. And been watching a lot of Adam Curtis documentaries lately. HyperNormalization, Century of the Self. What was the other one? But a lot of what he's talked about, in which our political institutions are no longer truly powerful or effective. They're merely puppets for the powerful and effective, which are the unregulated corporations, which are the lobbyists, which are the vested interests of outdated Victorian industrialism, whose ethics and modes of operation have been adapted for our so-called new technological boom with AI and info technology and biotechnology and computing, social media. But the corporations twist the facts, they twist the studies, they twist their marketing, sacrificing their customers, sacrificing us, sacrificing our democracy. And I think symbolically, that was completely played out yesterday. The far right, the new alt-right, those who have been red-pilled, are operating on a Christian-based apocalypse cult of, human supremacy, in particular white supremacy and the great chain of being, still believing in this supernatural hierarchy ladder that, reaches to God and gives us more or less access depending on where we are positioned. So we have corporatists exploiting our Earth's resources and polluting our air and water systems and damaging our environment, along with our ozone, who see it as their divine goddamn right to take the earth and its resources and use them how he thinks is best, with no regard for anything other than profit margins. And our government and the Reagan, Thatcher administrations, and there's long been a history of, liberal philosophy, belief in the autonomous individual and their rights to liberty and freedom. But those definitions of liberty and freedom have only been applied to very few people in our diverse population that is fucking America. We reign in the world as a superpower because of our diversity. And we also reign as a superpower because of our heterogeneousness. We're diverse, complex. We are socialist and we are corporatist. We are all mixed into one. But, and we are of many religions, but I'm speaking secular talk here. I'm speaking the need to further separate state from church. God damn, these Christian ideals of the second coming of Christ and pedophile rings, and how Donald J. Trump plays a key role in this point in which every true blue Christian, meat and potato Christian will be saved. And so I don't know how to fight against that. Education, obviously. There are systemic solutions, but there are many that are too far gone. Our education system has been reaped for decades. People have been not being taught in school. They've been programmed in school for, 40 years to fit the corporatist engine, focus on the drudgery, and but sort of getting lost, but we have far too many people who believe in this in our government and leading some of our nation's largest corporations and institutions. And even then, our most liberal institutions are so completely white and Eurocentric that the southern world is the object of our exploitation without even a second thought. So I don't agree with what's going on in the White House or in American politics, but I have some goddamn respect for its institutions for justice. BLM protests were about justice to people of color, men and women who have been victimized by the authoritarian state, by the police state, and which has been funded with surplus of, military stock. It's the only trickle-down economics that's happening is from our military-industrial complex into our police departments. And it's just not invested in our schools. It's not invested in our infrastructure, in our child care. When I say school, I mean, fuck. The state of child care in this country is fucking ridiculous. Anyways, that's not the point. They have effectively, back to the symbol of yesterday, that effectively was the onset of the corporate neoliberal takeover of American politics. What happened? In late December, Trump started tweeting about December 6th. He knew that the electoral count was going to happen yesterday. That would solidify Biden's nomination. So Trump's like, hey, all you stupid ass right-wing white nationalists, come on down to DC, our nation's fucking capital, and occupy it and help me out. Your good old boy, light and shining armor, Donald J. number 45 Trump motherfucker. And what they do, they printed t-shirts, they got onto Parlor and chatting away, organizing away, without a fucking thought from the left. Oh, it's all good. No need to worry about an insurrection or a coup attempt or civil war. Everything's normal. Motherfuckers. And what happened? Oh, we're all so surprised what happened yesterday. God damn it, they've been planning it the whole time. They all full well knew. At the beginning of the day, Donald Trump told the National Guard, stand down from the Capitol. Go ahead, stand down. You're all dismissed. And then DC Metro Police, security at the Capitol. You saw it. They opened the fucking gates. They walked around safely with these white right-wing new right terrorists fucking walking in there with guns and fucking pipe bombs. No one's fucking arrested. So yeah, Donald J. Trump told the National Guard to stand down. Now what do? What happened then? Protesters overcame all the fucking security, the meager fucking security, unarmed security at the fucking Capitol. Broke windows, broke into this fucking Senate chamber, Nancy Pelosi's office, God knows who else. One person shot. Everyone's fucking surprised. Yeah, sorry you got shot. I'm sorry you're dead. But it's your privilege and your belief in American exceptionalism that has blinded you to the utter reality of the situation in which your actions will create. It's the fucking nation's capital. People fight for their right to shoot someone trespassing in their home and like raping their wife. And you're so surprised that you're fucking breaking into the nation's capital, threatening our Senate leaders and everyone who works at the Capitol building's safety and not get shot. I don't know what you think. So that was the coup attempt, and it was no organized, state organized. These are fucking bumfuckers on the internet. So, and then Pence came in and said, yo, National Guard, you gotta come in. You have to come in. And peeps at the fucking Pentagon, peeps in the Defense Administration, gotta fucking decide, these colonels and fucking commanders gotta decide, okay, well, do we listen to our fucking chief commander who's a fucking corporate racist, fascist, who's trying to overthrow our democratic election for his fucking ego and his fucking dynasty? No, we side with Pence, and we gotta go back in, you know, and shut it down. Whatever, it's all fucked. They all should have been arrested. They all should have been charged. There were pipe bombs. These are fucking terrorists. These are people, hey, we're so fucking surprised about what happens in Iraq and Afghanistan and Pakistan and all these Muslim sects when we go in there with our militias and we train them and we arm them and we say, hey, overthrow this attempt at democracy over here. We really gotta, you know, what do we expect when that happens? Well, I guess we didn't expect the Iraq war. Maybe we did. And, you know, we wanted all the fucking oil and we got all the fucking oil. And so what do we expect when we have all these veterans, all these white men who are told that they are the true inheritors of the American country, of North America, because of their fucking divine right and placement on the great chain of being, and they don't see it happen. They don't see themselves as the inheritors. They see themselves as broke as the next person living to them, in a minority hood in which they feel like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm white and I'm next to all these people of color and they're in the same situation as I am or doing better than I am. This is fucked. And they're disillusioned. They're racist. They're miseducated. They're disillusioned. They feel like everything's owed to them and they feel like everything's been taken from them. And what showed yesterday is a big hissy fit over privilege, and that they see it as their privileges are being taken away, in which they don't have any privilege. And fuck that. Little do they know their vote for Donald Trump will hold them down just as much as it will any other person. And their vote for the Republican Party has already held them and their family down for decades. Has held America down for decades. And you know what? Corporate neoliberal agendas have held America down for decades as well. pursuit of corporate progress. We have sacrificed our souls. Anyways, fuck all that. Much sorrow, much disgrace. But here we are in this complex mess of fucking history. And really, we're not doing that great of a job at it. So everyone go and tap into their brain stems and tap into their amygdalas and fucking try to tame your fucking snake bee, tame your dragon. FLOWTOX 2021, year-long 420.